Welcome to the Mortgage Rate Weekly Market Update for the week of November 13th, 2017. Hello, I'm John Thomas with Primary Residential Mortgage here to give you an update. Well, mortgage rates have actually moved higher. If you take a look at the bond chart on the screen, you can see that mortgage bonds were actually rallying, moving higher, moving interest rates lower. Last week, they broke above a ceiling of resistance and closed above that. You can see there for 2 days, but then on Wednesday, sold off, broke below that floor of support, became resistance again, and then followed through on Thursday with the big red candle, sold off again, and then gapped down on Friday just to close below another layer of support, which is now going to act as resistance. So with that in mind, the short-term trend is reversed now. It's for bonds to sell off, move interest rates higher. Until we can see that bonds stabilize and rally off a floor of support, we're going to recommend locking in your mortgage rate to start the week, just in case the short-term trend continues. Lock it in, get your rate so that if the bonds continue to sell off, you will be protected. Now, if we dig into the economic news, oil prices rose to a 2-year high after tensions in the Middle East as Saudi Arabia struggles with corruption breakdown, and the new prince there is trying to switch the economy from an oil-based economy with a huge network of infighting to an industrial-based economy, not dependent on oil, because as the price of oil has dropped, it's really hurt the Saudi economy. So the wasteful spending they have is coming back to roost and hurt them. So the new prince is actually trying to weed out the corruption, switch the economy from oil-based to industrial-based. Now, he's making a lot of enemies, so we'll see if he can do it and how it'll last. But that has caused the world oil prices to rise, so we'll see how that turns out. And then in Washington, they're debating tax reform with 2 competing bills, one in the Senate, one in the House of Representatives. On the screen, you can see a chart from CNBC, which shows a couple of the things that the House bill and the Senate bill has in common, and the ones they don't. So it's a quick overview of what's in the bill. One of the big things it's talking in housing is the mortgage interest deduction is being talked about being changed. But with them changing the ability to get the mortgage interest deduction, they are really increasing the standard deduction. So by the standard deduction, anyone gets whether they own a home or not. So there's some numbers that play in there. We'll have to see how that plays out, but that mortgage deduction is a big debate in housing and new home construction, and mortgage lenders all rallying to keep it. So we'll have to see how that goes. Then we saw consumer sentiment for November 2017 released on Friday. It dropped from 100.7 to 97.8, which was below expectations. Was expected to remain the same, about 100.7. Now, still a good number. It's the second highest number since January. And consumer sentiment measures how consumers feel about their financial situation and their opportunities in the economy. So, not feeling as good as they were last month, but still a very good number. Then we saw weekly initial jobless claims come out on Thursday. Claims dropped 10,000 claims to 239,000. They increased 10,000 to 239,000 from the previous week. But still, ridiculously low number. That's great news on the labor front with the jobless claims remaining well below 300,000. Then in housing news, we saw CoreLogic release their home price index for September 2017. And on a national average, it's showing home prices are up 0.7% from August to September. And home prices are up 7% year over year from September 2016 to September 2017. That's a huge number. CoreLogic's also predicting home prices to be up on average 4.7% year over year into September 2018. And remember, CoreLogic is usually very conservative, so we're expecting that number to be higher than that 4.7. Now, in the local news, we've got a couple first-time homebuyer seminars coming up. We've got one this Wednesday in Wilmington, Delaware from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Independence Mall there at the EXP office. That's 1601 Concord Pike Suite 88. Then we've got one Saturday in Newark, Delaware at the Christiana Hilton Hotel from 10 a.m. to noon. There's still room in both of those. And then the next one is in Dover, December 9th. That's a Saturday at the Dover Holiday Inn in there in Dover. That's from 10 a.m. to noon. Now, you can register for one of those events. Give us a call, 302-703-0727, or register online, www.delawarehomebuyerSeminar.com. Look forward to seeing you guys next week.